Today on When Calls the Heart, all of us bawl our eyes out once again. Stay tuned, Hearties.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, Hearties. Welcome back to AfterBuzz TV, after show for When Calls the Heart. Oh, the song.
We had
already
to.
getting
I have goosebumps.
We had to.
We had to because the episode is called My Heart. Oh, you know I will belt Celine Dion with conviction. I'm your host, Marisa Serafini. You can follow me on Twitter at SerafiniTV. You can follow my co-host.
Hi, I'm Maria Provenzano, and you can find me at Maria Provenzano, and all my info will be there.
I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me, James Lott Jr. I was really simple today.
Okay, season 4, episode 6, My Heart Will Go On. So many emotions. Where to even begin? Quick thoughts. Maria, we haven't heard from you.
Oh
Welcome
my God,
back,
I know.
by the way.
Thank you for having me back.
Maria in the house, yes. She's in the
My
house.
quick thoughts for this. I mean, so I put in my notes, you guys, I was a complete and utter wreck. I mean, to the point of
Yes, we
hysteria. I swear on my child's life, like, I could not even breathe at the end of this. I had needed, like, and James and I said, it took me like at least a half hour afterwards
too.
to even calm down. I'm not kidding. I watched it today. But one of the things that really stuck with me is the internal battles that we all go through, and we saw that so much in Jack and the top of the episode, the beginning of the episode, and then through, like, what is your calling, what is it that is meaningful in your life, and those internal battles. That was one thing that really stuck with me in this.
So thanks to all the 105 people who are watching right now.
Yay!
You guys are
Hello,
on,
Hearties.
and they're welcoming you back. So that's really
Oh,
good.
thank you.
We'll have to have her back at least.
back.
So I have to just quickly say to everybody out there, thank you so much, Hearties, for your support that you continually give me all the time. I was a crying mess on Saturday because of family stuff, and you guys were mentioning that to me today and yesterday because I watched this episode also. You guys are such a community, and this show is like a community, and this show is a movement. And this show, I relate to this show so much, and you guys were mirroring for me what the show was showing us on Sunday. The community came together to say goodbye to Jack, to be there for Elizabeth, and so as I get a little teary myself, I have my own thing in my family this weekend, and so it's kind of, I just want to say thank you, and that's how I kind of relate to the show. It's like I had both that happen. I miss my brother every single day. And I lost a grandmother last night. So it's kind of weird for our family. And I see Elizabeth's going to go through some struggles this next couple episout, just not being able to see her man.
Oh, sorry, I went to touch you.
I know.
I'm knocking my mic over.
And so So I thought, it was great.
Oh, we have so much to talk about.
Yes.
I loved this episode. I have to say,
I mean,
this is by far the best episode
Yes.
of When Calls the Heart.
Hands down.
I agree.
And I'm speaking in hyperbole. Like, seriously, this was the acting, the writing, the production design. Thank you, Peter DeLuise.
Yes.
Everything. This whole episode
Everything.
was so on point with everything. Like, 100 and 5,000%.
Yes, I agree.
It's just... It was everything that an episode should be, and it had emotional upheavals. It made us happy. It made us sad. It made us everything.
Angry,
the whole
like
emotional
Yes,
spectrum.
right. Yes, right.
The whole emotional spectrum within the human being, we felt it in this episode.
Yes.
I want to say,
100%.
and some folks, I think Jeanette Stevens was one person who was mentioning it on Twitter. I think there was some Emmy-worthy performances.
I
on
think
this
so.
episode.
For sure. I mean,
I
this
mean,
was
seriously.
like Oscar worthy. Like, honestly, if you watch it, like, it looks like it could have been a movie, not just something you're watching on television. Like, this was, I mean, the quality of acting. I was a theater major, so I'm like a crazy person when it comes to acting. And when you watch something and you forget that you're watching a show and you just feel something, that's what this show was.
That's perfectly the way to describe
Yeah.
it. This was one of the episodes where I felt like I was there.
Yeah, and you're so sad. And
I
it was
know.
just
You
like,
are sad.
Yes,
it
I
was
there.
just beyond. It was
Yeah.
so well executed.
I did. Everything you said, yes.
Executed on all points. Let's
Dive
get
into
to
it,
it
yes.
so
I
much.
know.
Elizabeth. Let's start with Elizabeth and like a more happier storyline. Her and her teaching. She finally gets exonerated. Francine, her friend, comes back and like really clears her of her name. She gets reinstated as a teacher. Thank the Lord.
Yes, they didn't drag that out much longer. Thank you.
Oh, I know.
Well, and how amazing was it that she had tangible proof too,
Yes.
instead of just her word, and that's what Ray Wyatt was kind of like. Well, how are we supposed to believe this? And da da da. And okay, can I say
Do it, girl, do it, girl.
this is my this is what I've been thinking about because I've been MIA the past couple shows. So, but this one really came full circle. So you see, when they're in the office, in Gowan's office, and Abigail says to Ray Wyatt, like, it's done, it's over.
She did. I was like, go,
I
girl.
quoted her. So, Mr. Wyatt, it's over, so drop it.
I love that scene. I love
But
that scene.
that was an amazing scene. But here's my thing on Ray Wyatt, which is what I thought was so great on the writing aspect of this, was they really created such an interesting character, because there are people like me who are like, oh wait, he's a bad guy, but he's gonna be good. Like, he's gonna fall for faith and he's gonna be good. But wait till I'm saying in the beginning. In the beginning, when he first got here,
yes.
people like me,
I
and
agree,
some,
I
I
was
think
with
some
you
of the
too.
Hearties, we were kind of like
Me too.
hopeful for him, but
Me
then
too.
there's people like Marissa who were like, no, and a lot of our Hearties out there as well, who were like, no, he's gonna be a bad guy. Like, watch out for him. And the second that happened with Faith, and she like,
Yes.
I was like, oh no, he's a bad guy.
Yes.
And then, building up to today, everything, just, I think the way that they sort of make you like him, but then they take it back, like it toys with your emotions. Not everybody, Marissa. Don't shake your head at me. But it's true, because he's a handsome guy. He's kind of charming. He sucked us in a little bit. But oh my God, after all this, I'm just like, wow. I just think the way they executed his character was really wonderful in terms of writing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I just,
Marissa. She's like, no, he's bad. I knew the whole time.
I was like you in the beginning, but now I'm like, he's bad.
Yes,
but
of course.
anything can happen. Anything can happen at this point.
True.
And with good writing, good acting, you never know.
No, really.
I work in soap, so people can be redeemed all the time. I always say that their head's not chopped off, so they can be redeemed. You can always be redeemed. No, my thing about the part that even got me teary-eyed. I mean, everything got me. As you guys know, I'm a crier these days.
Aren't we all?
I guess at this point, but I'm just like, I hate crying, but I cry all the time. But when Elizabeth and the outgoing teacher meet up at the
Mr.
stagecoach,
Stoneman.
and I mean at the stagecoach, I'm not gonna be funny, so I'm just trying to be funny by that. But it's like, he's like the outgoing teacher. When they meet at the stagecoach, and he kind of is like, wait a minute, I now get you, so to speak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you kind of saw the buildup of that.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Like the aha.
We saw that last episode,
Yes.
especially when he was listening into what
Yes.
Elizabeth was telling the kids at the end
Yes.
of the episode. And you saw that look on his face, like he kind of approves of this woman. It's like, yeah,
Like,
we all do.
she's- yeah.
And
Right.
like the fact that like she's a good person and he acknowledges that. And I love the line that he said, and when he was talking about Ray Wyatt, he was like, we need more teachers like you.
Yeah.
And I also have in the notes, he's not a bad guy.
No.
And I'm glad about it.
Right.
Like he was immediately set up to be a person to be dislikable, the foil to the not the good teacher that we all know and love with Elizabeth, and I'm glad that they kind of gave him a good ending.
Yes, me too.
I agree with that, and I think again the great writing, as you guys keep mentioning, that they made him three-dimensional in a sense. It was like,
Yes.
okay, he came in, he's a bad guy to us because he's hurting our girl, but he's not really a bad guy. He's doing his job.
That's what I
And he was
have.
doing
He
it-
was just doing his job.
He was doing
And
his
he was
job.
doing it in the way
Yeah.
that he knew how and the way he was
Right.
taught to do
Yes.
it.
Exactly.
As well. Right.
And
So
he's
he
a
didn't-
male, and he's a
Exactly.
man. So back then, you didn't treat women the same way in a weird way. You just didn't, and that's just how it was. And I think that like you said, he got an ending that was really worthy of just like. And she says, "What are you going to do next?" And he's like, "I'm going." But now he's been touched by her.
Yeah. And I'm
And
not
her
going to work for
teaching.
the railroad.
And I
Yeah.
love the fact that he was aware of what it was doing.
Yes.
Like, I won't work for the railroad again. Any man who treats teachers the way Wyatt treated you is not someone who I want to work for. What I've
Exactly.
been saying. Don't worry. Well,
Right.
okay.
So he had
I
a
don't
conscience.
want to go off on Ray, but
So he had
I
a
will.
conscience, and he also wanted. He just wanted to be a teacher. He just wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Like her.
I mean,
He wanted
he's
to be a
doing his
teacher.
job. He
Doing his
has
job.
different methods.
Yes.
But I'm glad he was a good guy.
Yes,
at
I
the
do too.
end.
I
And
agree
he
with that
learned.
also.
We
Yeah.
all learn. I think when you're set in your ways, and then someone opens your eyes to something different, it'll be good for him in the future.
They're all wondering what happened when the Stone Man and Francie talked about in the stagecoach.
I loved what Abigail did throughout this. She was
Oh my
the
God.
best friend possible.
I know.
Like winning on
Oh,
all.
I cried all her
But-
stuff too. I cried
But
there too.
I had like so many fist pump moments with Abigail. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, girl. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, yeah, she did it again. She was so good. The fact that she sent the picture to
I cried on
Francine.
that. I cried on that one.
What a
It's
great
so
friend.
true.
Convincing
That's-
Francine to do
I
the
was trying
right
to figure
thing.
out who. I was trying to who sent the picture. I was like, was it?
Jack. That's what I.
I was thinking Jack,
thought
maybe.
I was thinking Jack.
I think Jack. Maybe it was Cody. I was trying to think of somebody. I was trying to think of something. And I'm like, it was Abigail. And but the acting again, so good. She looks across when the stage shows go. She looks
Subtle.
across, and the realization on almost on Aaron's face, on Elizabeth's face,
Yeah.
but Aaron's acting. It was like, oh my God, it was you.
Yeah.
And they kind of ran to the center,
goosebumps.
and they were
I
best
mean,
friends. They were best
I
friends.
know.
They were best friends.
The relationship is so
Just
sweet
two
too.
friends.
Yeah, it
I love
is.
it.
But even Rosemary was so like you're a good teacher. She brought the muffins in the beginning and stuff. It was like, you're a good teacher. You should be
Oh,
teaching.
I loved that moment in the beginning when she said,
Yeah.
like, she's, tutoring the kids in the
Yes.
saloon, and
Oh, yeah.
Ray Wyatt comes by, and
Oh,
she
yeah.
just gives him a piece of her mind.
That's right. Get another 40 minutes.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Piece
Oh
of
my
pie
God.
as
And
well.
Bill was laughing. He was laughing. He was like, oh my God, this is so good.
He goes, I told you.
Yeah, he's like, I told you.
Like, I warned you. And that's what you get for firing Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm like, Ray really sets me off.
Yes.
I have a lot to say to him, but I won't.
Yes, women
Oh my
supporting women.
God.
We love seeing that
Yes.
on television.
And it's so good because it's a healthy relationship, and the fact that she should be the best maid for the best maid
Yeah.
of honor.
Maid of honor, yes.
For Elizabeth, we'll get there. Don't worry.
It's-
I love the community coming together, saying if
Yes.
they'll start their own school for
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
I love
my
that.
God.
I know.
And then all the kids' letters.
It was such a
Reading
sweet
it.
I
moment.
cried on that one too. Because for me,
This is more heartwarming.
Well, my thing is because I have grandkids, and they give me cards sometimes. There's Grandparents' Day. And there's days that are like off days, or not just like Father's Day and
Yeah.
Christmas. And they'll send me. They draw on them. I love when kids draw. They'll draw me like Papa Jamie stuff, and that's why I'm saying this scene with the kids giving her and Jack it made me cry because I was just like, oh my God, my grandkids! I want to call them. They're at school right now, but I want to call them.
Philip's letter to Elizabeth. Miss Thatcher thinks I'm smart, and so do I.
I cried. Cried.
I
Darn
think
it.
he's just the cutest kid.
He's the cute little bowl cut.
Oh
He's
my
the cutest
God.
kid. He
Him
is.
and Cody and all those kids,
Yes. Oh, I
and like
cried.
all the group hugs. I'm like, stop it right now.
Yes.
I love it, but she is reinstated as teacher. That's like one of the good news
Thank
of
God.
this
Yes.
episode.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
We did
Yes.
get other good news in this episode.
Yes, we did.
Oh my God.
The candles. Just kidding. Yes. Like,
I mean, we could get to it, but I'm like trying
no,
to
get to other
work
stuff.
around
Yes.
it. All right.
We're going to the structure of the
Like,
Yes, folks,
whiteboard.
go
like
ahead,
the Jack,
structure.
we're gonna bounce back and forth between Elizabeth and Jack because honestly,
They're Paul's story.
they're very connected in
Yeah,
this episode. Jack is grieving over his friend Doug.
Yeah. What great acting.
I predicted.
What great acting by Daniel.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Very understated. Great
and
acting.
It
Yes,
takes a lot
yeah.
for a man to show his feelings in that way, and it was very genuine. It wasn't over the top. It was someone who was truly grieving his friend, and the fact that we only saw Doug for maybe 5 minutes on screen,
And we're feeling it.
and we're feeling all these emotions for someone who we didn't really have enough screen time to connect with. It's
Amazing.
heartbreaking.
Well, and
Yeah.
that says a lot for. Oh, I'm sorry. For the
good.
guy who plays Doug too. I mean, he
Yeah.
instantly makes you like him. But then, no, I mean, I just.
And the mother.
And the mother.
His scene with the mother, it's like, and she gives it. I'm like, see, I could imagine losing a child, so I'm like, we're both a parent. I could imagine, even at any age, I could imagine it, and mine are grown. I still could imagine it. So I mean, my heart was breaking when he was talking. It's like, you're like a son. I'm so glad you're here when she first sees him. Because some of us are close to our friends' parents. Some of us are. We're close to our friends' parents. And then when they sat down, she's like, Elizabeth, no, you stay. He spoke really highly of you. You stay. And she was part of that moment when he's passing over the necklace or something.
Yeah,
St. Christopher.
it was
St.
like
St. Christopher. And it was just like, no, I can't take. He's like, no, he would want you to have it and don't feel guilty. She was like a mother to him in a second saying, don't feel guilty.
Yeah, God has a plan.
Yes.
It was just, and
I cried.
Oh,
Cried.
This
cried.
was like I feel the start of the downfall of everything.
Oh, God, I cried at the top of
Me
the
too.
show.
So did I.
I mean, oh
Me
my
too.
God.
I cried in the beginning too.
But yeah, the conversation with the mother telling Jack is like, this was his God's plan of having Doug. He was happy. This is his job. This was his duty, and I hope you get peace in that. You know. And I thought it was like such a conclusive story to and what she said was the best thing she could have possibly said to Jack in that moment.
Yeah.
And Laurie Pearson brings up, and that scene was good. The funeral when Jack has the Lee Beth says the one tear down his face at the funeral.
Yeah, the one tear, one streak.
Which is very hard to do. I know some actors can really do it really well, and he did it really well.
Like you said, he was so understated. It was so you could see the internal battle more than anything else, and it was just so well acted.
Because he was mourning several things. There were several things going on for him, and Daniel did a great job in conveying it, and the writers did a great job in writing it, and the director did a great. Peter did a great job in directing it. He was sad for his friend's death. He was also conflicted because the duty was happening for him.
Well, and he also feels it was partly his fault.
So it's like all these layers. These layers were happening.
Then he feels that he it's his calling and he's needed, but then he doesn't
loves
want to
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I'm like, what a great opportunity for an actor to play this like very in-depth role in this amazing character.
Completely.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and Doug's mom. I hope you get peace soon, Jack.
Oh.
I was like, girl, you just breaking my heart. Breaking my heart.
Yes. Let's talk about Jack and the duty calling him. So Collins offers him the new division in the Northern Territories, and Jack is very torn about this, as he should be.
Yes.
He has a life and a love in Hope Valley, and he's very torn. And I like the fact that he got like several different opinions to maybe not really convince him, but like solidify what he wanted to do. He got all these outside sources, which basically made him choose on his own.
Right. You know what I thought was interesting about it was Elizabeth's reaction just multiple times was just like, no, I don't want you to go. And it surprised me a little bit because I kind of thought coming from her, she would be like, I understand, like, your passion for this because of my I kind of thought there would be some understanding, but what I thought was so realistic about that was that's exactly what I would say too. It's just like your reaction, it's a pure reaction of like, no, I don't want you to go.
It's funny you said that because I jumped for a second too, like, she's like, I'll just go with you. But well, you can't go with them. Like, you have you just got your teacher stuff reinstated. But it was like, that was her first reaction. She loves him so much. But like, you got to take it back, like, no, this was a strong one. Like, no, we gotta be. Yeah. So, no, I'll just go with you. And he's like, you can't do that. I mean, like, but I was like, jump back for a second. Why'd she say that? Like, that's not Elizabeth, but that is Elizabeth. She just she's a woman who loves her man.
Exactly.
And he's about to leave.
And he loves her.
Right.
And he's even talking to Pastor Frank. It's like, I'm praying for strength, not for me, but for Elizabeth.
Yes.
It's like for us all, honestly.
Yes. I know.
I needed some prayers right
Lord
then.
help me. We all do. We all do. But yeah, that conversation, especially when she runs out of the church and she's like,
oh my God, that moment when she runs out of the church and he like pulls her, I'm just like, I cannot.
Yeah.
But it was good conflict. We need the conflict. We needed to show their passion.
Yes.
It was a way of showing their passion for each other. It was like she had to make this exit. Like, no, I just can't. She didn't want to accept that.
And it made it so much more realistic.
Yes.
And this was like something that you feel like you were actually watching this happening with real people. Like it actually felt like a real argument-ish, like, you know, I don't say argument, but you know what I mean.
Just,
conflict or whatever.
Conflict.
But yeah.
Right.
When you see your loved one go,
she was just like she was like, leave me alone. I was like, you did not say that. But I mean, you never know how people react out of, like, some people do want to be left alone, and she's just so torn. I mean, it just made it so
Well, he went to the funeral on his own. Like, he said, same. For him, she was like, I just do it on my own.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. So, I mean, that happens sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I always say it's best to kind of, this is my life coaching stuff coming out now, it's best to always sometimes pull back for a second when emotions are high. And just kind of sit back for a second, let it, like she said, let it sink in. And then you can talk. It's a very high emotion. Going off to war, basically.
Yeah.
That's tough. And I've had family members go off to war.
Oh yeah, me too. And
so
it's just terrible.
It's heartbreaking. It's just for the loved ones and the parents and everybody. It's hard.
Just knowing you're going off.
My cousin's husband he goes off all the time. I have a friend who went to West Point. He goes off all the time, and he has 2 kids. I mean, it just, the thought of it is unbearable. I don't know how the significant others deal with it.
I don't either. I don't
know how. And
or moms. Oh,
yeah,
Lord,
moms. I know.
I fortunately don't really have a lot of people that have gone off to war. I know of people, but like my personal family, not so much. But I watched enough episodes of Army Wives to know.
Army Wives. Me too.
That's a terrible reference.
But still, yes.
But you know, it's the emotional heart wrenching and seeing your loved ones going off, and you don't know if they're gonna come back.
You don't.
And that's the sad thing about it all.
I love again, I always say this every episode, how relatable this is. the conflict, which is like regular life. And actually, in our business, a lot of times, where like you're an actor, you get a job, you get a gig in New York, which your family from Los Angeles. What do you do there? I mean, like,
do you do?
it's the thing. So this show shows that he has a Call of Duty, she has a Call of Duty too, but they're. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, the quote that he says, "The same God that has called you to teach, to change these children's lives, have called me to serve my country."
Yep.
And we're like, oh, we can't argue that
You can't.
either.
No,
You really can't.
We can't say no to that.
They go, are you trying to make us cry again by mentioning Army Wives? That's it.
I mean, that's another show if you want to ball your eyes out.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Go for it.
I have never watched that.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Really?
Aaron's also in that.
Even
You should watch
I love that. I love that show.
it. So good.
I found it by
watched
accident
all
once.
the seasons.
Me too.
Yes, go watch it. Self-plucked it. Yes. But one calls the heart.
Yeah.
Yes, but that leads us to a really great moment in this episode.
I mean,
Like I said, I did laugh. I
mean.
did chuckle for a second when I saw the candles. I thought Marisa from last week. I started, and the memes
there's
you guys,
so many
and the gifts
candles.
you guys made, but me and her made me laugh about that.
Yeah. Well, let's build up to it, shall we? Elizabeth and Abigail in the cafe
Yes.
talking about, like, Elizabeth knew that this would eventually probably happen. Ever since Doug died, Jack hasn't been the same person. He's broken. And then Elizabeth, and like, oh my God, her face, and Abigail being a great friend as well. It's like, Jack gave me this letter to you, also friend moment, and she just helped set it up. Take a walk with me.
but I was sitting
I
there
don't like
thinking,
that. I
I'm like,
don't
how
like
long
that.
was she in the cafe for them to like set
I know,
all that
right?
up?
Well, you know, some
Take a
dramatic
walk
license.
with
Some
me.
dramatic license.
Somebody
Yes.
hired.
But you gotta remember, take a walk with me was the first
Yes,
thing
yes,
he said
he
when
did.
they had their first kiss.
I know. Remember that.
I love it.
And
I'm
I did.
gonna start crying.
I did.
I have my Heartie.
Oh my God.
Here, you guys.
Oh.
Thank you, HFR2.
Oh, that's
These
right, we
do
got
actually
those.
come in handy. But yes, great moment. Beautiful. Oh
mean,
my
Beautifully
goodness,
shot.
how
Beautifully
gorgeous
shot.
how was
Beautifully
it?
shot.
It was beautiful. I mean, can I say, but when they're in the cafe, looking
I
at
know,
Aaron's
like-
We're gonna need
face, or Elizabeth's face, it was what I thought was amazing in terms of the acting was how she wore it on her face. Like you could, it looked like she had been crying for hours. Like she actually, you could see in her eyes. It was. I'm like, she is amazing.
Good makeup, two people. Good makeup people. Who made that look
Yes.
like that? Who made it look like that? Yes.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, no, Aaron's acting clearly Emmy worthy. I mean, this episode also. So yeah.
Yeah.
The expressions on her face.
And then the shots as she's walking out. I mean, it is just
Beautiful.
Beyond, it
Beautiful.
was beyond.
Long,
It was
wide
everything.
angle
It was
shot.
everything I hoped it would be. Because I was sitting there going, "Please tell me it's going to happen this time."
Right.
Because I mean, they've had so many beautiful moments.
I know. No, I know.
Where when she was in the beautiful
Yes,
ball gown and
yes.
dancing, and like they've had moments where it's obviously we were like, "Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen?" And then it was everything I wanted.
Yeah, I agree. It was good. It was good.
Finally.
And I
mean,
think it was so perfect because we were so sad, and then we were so
Yes.
happy, and then we were conflicted.
Exactly.
Well, she said it before.
This
A roller coaster. A roller coaster.
emotional upheavals. This episode was an emotional roller coaster ride. It was a doozy one.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness. But what Jack said was amazing. From the very first moment we met, I knew heaven had sent an angel into my life.
I know. She's like, she did.
Oh,
And
She did.
yeah, even Elizabeth said, I would wait an eternity for you.
I know. See, that was what was so sweet.
Yes.
Because she wasn't even thinking at first, like, an engagement. She's just like, I'll wait for, don't even
Yeah,
matter.
because he was like, what did he say? I can't remember the
I
exact
can't,
thing he said.
I can't ask you to wait.
I can't ask you to wait or something like
It's not fair.
It's not.
Ask you to wait.
Yeah.
And I like
then
that.
she
Yes,
jumped
and I
in.
like that she said it before the engagement. I like that, so it showed us,
Yeah.
the audience, the love is there regardless of engagement or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what made me worry because last week you said
Yeah.
that during your prediction that it
may
was
not
just
happen.
a moment where he would ask her to wait. I was like, oh no.
And it started happening. So I was like,
I didn't
mean,
think it was gonna happen.
I didn't say same here. So I was like, so the fans
It made me
jumped
worry
on me.
because when he said it, like,
Well,
it's not fair for me to ask you to wait.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yes, I was like, oh my God, what's
I
happening?
had these moments.
I did, but the fan, they jumped on me in a
So
funny
good.
way. They were just kind of like James. And I was like, because it was between Marissa and her look on her face when I said that, they made it into a thing. But
no.
I'm happy. I'm happy that
How
they're
did I miss
engaged.
that?
I know it's kind of it was online. It was crazy. But I'm happy they're engaged. But I thought again, they may not do it because I've seen shows. We've all watched shows
Yeah.
where they lead you to the water, but they don't
Yep.
make you drink. I mean, like you just never know.
And that has happened before. We're
has.
like, I mean, I was actually surprised. I was like, oh my God, it actually happened.
Me too. I was like, I actually watched it twice.
So
I kind of went back, and I'm like, they just get engaged. I'm like, yeah,
These are
engaged.
like now tears of joy.
Yes.
Right.
And of course, I will. Yes. And then the exchange of I love yous, and it's just gorgeous.
It was sweet.
I agree.
There's really no other words. Well, what are the Hearties saying? I'm sure you guys have.
We have 190 Hearties.
Party.
You guys, I guess you guys really wanted to be with us today as our community, our Heartie community.
Shout some names out.
Okay, I'll do that. So, this is just for fun. Jeanette SMU, MSU.
MSU.
I know who you are, of course.
I just spit all over the mic when I
I
did
know.
it too.
Cleo and Josie Official, Elizabeth Pierce, Lee Beth, Jessica Fazio, Mark Stark, Joyce Keeler. All these folks. We know all these folks. It's so
Emily
funny.
Johnson. Yeah, did you say her yet?
No, I didn't say her name.
Sorry, I'm jumping in.
Obviously, I Heart Knits,
Kelly Fogg.
Kathleen Wright,
Lisa.
Abriana Aguilar, Christina False Knight, Lori McKinney, Lisa Gupton, our girl, Kelly
Kenzie
Fogg,
Morris.
Tracy Zoll,
Teresa Hall.
S. Matthews,
Hi, Hearties.
Trisha Kalstein.
Are you losing it? Cause like we certainly.
Kinsey Morris. I mean, you guys are, you guys, Nancy Kelchin, of course, my girl. Yeah, you guys are really, I mean, you guys, they're saying, they're kind of going along with us. They just,
Christine
really,
goes, it's therapy. I know, I feel that.
It is, it's group therapy, you
group therapy.
guys.
That's what I've been saying. We
Yeah.
need a therapist
Yes,
here
we do.
in Hope Valley and AfterBuzz TV as well.
Jenny Pickett. Oh, hi, Jenny Pickett. Rachel Snyder. Yeah, we love you guys. I mean, it's this episodes. We have to
my
take a little
goodness.
breather. We need a commercial.
I know,
We need a
I know.
commercial break.
Well, after this moment, we did have a breather. We did have
Yeah.
a commercial.
You know, sorry, can I go back for a sec?
Yeah,
I
sure.
just
Go
had,
for it.
you know me, when I, like, something pops in my head, I just scream it. But it's like, when, I was actually surprised that the engagement happened, like, halfway through the episode. How amazing was that, though?
Yes, that was at the
Like,
30
you know,
minute
they
mark.
didn't
Yeah.
save it. Yeah, because they didn't save it for the
35-minute mark.
Oh, go on, girl. Go on, girl.
Well, I only
you
know
know what
that
I
because I
mean.
was like, we have 25 more
That's
minutes of
what
this
I
episode.
was-
What
Okay,
else is there
okay.
to talk about? There's
Yeah.
still a lot to
That's
talk
what
about.
I.
There's
That's
a
what
lot,
I was so
yeah.
surprised about when I was like, wait. That's why I kind of didn't think it was going to
Yeah,
happen.
because that's really a rare thing for TV shows to do that.
They
Like,
usually do it at the end.
yeah, usually do it at the end, and you all celebrate, you laugh, and clap, and it goes to the credits. This was really cool though.
That's true.
I thought that was
It's very
interesting.
cool.
I'm glad, but what followed afterwards broke our hearts. You warm our hearts and then you rip them out.
Oh, Sarah Benson says
them on the
we're
ground.
their therapist for anybody out there. Says you're a
You already
therapist.
You guys are ours.
Oh my God! Okay, wait a minute. Yes, Jessica Fazio. That's nice, like Maria.
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
God. Okay.
Yes.
The one thing that made me cry because I have Scrabble. Who he's talking to Rip?
Oh,
When
right.
Jack was talking to Rip.
Yep.
I was like, and he was
Goodbye.
like, when he was talking, he said goodbye, he said, you gotta watch over Elizabeth. And I was like, that's what I was saying to my little Scrabble doll. I'd be like, okay, Scrabble, watch over Mommy. And I mean, I started getting like, because dog, I mean, he is part of the family. He is part of the family. He is part of them. He's part of the community. He's Rip.
Keep an eye on Cody, and then there's Elizabeth. She is the sun and the moon and the stars.
There you go. You wrote it down.
Of course I did.
I was like,
It was a great moment.
I think it was good. I think again, it's one of those unusual things that a lot of shows don't do that. So it's kind of cool they incorporated this dog who is part of the show, part of the fabric of the show,
Yeah.
and part of the fabric of Jack.
Right.
I was thinking Elizabeth takes over taking care of Red.
Oh, probably, yeah.
How great would that be?
That'd be great.
know, but
But I feel like Jack has no family, like biological family there. Rip would be the closest thing.
yeah.
Yeah, Abigail has people to talk to. He talked to Father Frank, and he talked. Did I say Father Frank?
No.
You guys,
Pastor.
Pastor Frank. I don't know why. See, I'm upset, you guys.
worked up.
Father
We're
Frank
worked
just, it's
Don't
a
jump on
double
me, you
up.
guys. Don't jump on me. That's just a slip.
We're worked up.
But he talked to Bill. I mean, he talked to his guys. Talked to Lee, which was I love how the episode, great exposition. She talked to her girls. He talked to his guys. They talked to the dog. And he's like, I thought it was a really, I thought it was just a great thing. The whole episode. It was like everybody had a say in it. They were supportive of them. They were kind of the community was the village was teaching.
And you could tell how close, like, the relationships for everybody. Like,
Yeah.
like we said, even Rosemary,
Yeah.
which is why I'm segueing to our next topic. I can talk, I promise. I was like, I'm following Marissa's whiteboard, you guys.
You still have a lot to talk about. Yes.
Do you want to go to Rosemary?
No.
Okay.
Let's
No,
do it.
that's just because it was. Yeah,
Yes.
we all know how much I love Lee. I do. He's,
Yeah, Lee's mom.
he's my man.
Yeah.
No, I do. I think he's just so adorable. Every time he talks, I just want to pinch his cheeks a little bit. But I thought they had a really beautiful, like, few moments. Rosemary had some great moments in this episode that was very in depth for her, and then it just had the moment of the two of them at home, and she was just so sad. And the moment they had with each other, she's like, everything changes. He's like, well, not everything. And it was just so, and like, as a married woman, I watched that and I'm just like, I swear, I don't know what it is, but I'm having all these, like, I don't know if it's the shows I'm watching or whatever, but I'm like, maybe the changes for me is like I feel like I love my husband more, and I just think that's what I think watching these relationships on the show is so interesting. It's like when you go through tragedy and turmoil and hard times, it really does show which way your relationship will go. You know what I mean? So for them, that moment I thought was just really nice.
I thought it was great. It was beautiful, but especially there's just so cute together that
They're so cute.
It's adorable. And I have in my notes, it was a genuine moment. And we needed it. It was also another moment to breathe after everything we just saw.
I mean,
I felt the way it was shot, that they were lit by firelight. Fireplace or firelight, I would call it. I don't know if that's a word or not.
Fireside.
Fireside. Thank you, fireside light.
I just said fire.
Fire. But the way it was lit and it was dark, it was intimate. Again, I feel like I was in the room with them. It's, again, they're really showing Rosemary in different colors. She'll always be outrageous and kind of barrel through things and just hyperkinetic, so to speak. But she's not. But she's a person who actually has feelings. She's a woman. She's now married, and she had real concern. This really affected her.
Yeah.
It's really, really affected her, and that affected me.
Yeah.
Just the way, again, Peter DeLuise, great job. Everybody, right? Just the way she sat there. She talked plainly, talking to her man, talking plainly, and that he was supportive. It was like, it's gonna be okay. This is what happens, and that he reaffirmed his love for her. And I cried like a baby in that scene.
I cried.
Let's talk about the moment where we all cried like babies. The actual goodbye moment with Jack.
Well, as we lead up to that, the goodbyes with them, with Abigail crying as she hugs Jack, and he's saying nice things to.
And you take care of her. Speaking of Elizabeth.
Yes.
and Abigail's a wreck, and then Elizabeth is just like looking into the horse. She can't even like look at Jack straight.
Well, I think she's trying to be strong a little bit though too, because she's like, he's leaving, like she's trying to be strong for, and that was my interpretation of it. She's like, because she smiles at him, she's like, you could tell she's trying to be strong for him. That's
I liked that choice. I'm glad you picked up on that, Marissa, because I liked the choice when he showed her head down in the horse. I was like, that's a very interesting choice, that she's not ready to fully let this go. She's accepted it on some level, but this is rough, and you can't face people. And it's just, you got to turn away sometimes, and I know how that feels. And you got to turn away. You're trying to stay strong through this as he's saying bye to people, but she knows her bye is last, and it's gonna be, and it's. As I get to her about that, and it's just really sweet. I love that acting choice. I love that choice.
Yeah, and the moment he rides off, I was like, "Where's the kiss?" And then he rides off, and she literally just runs after him like Pocahontas style.
But the
with
moment,
all the colors of the wind. But the moment that she calls out to Jack, and her voice just broke, and our hearts broke at the same time.
Yeah.
And comes back.
But just like that, her reaction in that moment of like when she decides to take off and run, like when you just watch her, because it was exactly what I wanted her to do in that moment as an audience, as a viewer. I'm like, that wasn't a good enough goodbye. Like that was, go get a better one. And so that was just the way that this scene turned out, because you think about the logistics of it, like she has to turn, he has to get off the horse, like, and all of that. But how amazing it turned out, and just it was so. Beyond, I just want to rewind for 1 second, and then we can go back to that.
Do it.
But how beautiful of a moment was it when they're in the schoolhouse and they had like fallen asleep, and when they woke up and he goes, "It's time." I was like, lost my mind.
That was a gorgeous shot, the lighting.
I mean,
them
everything.
I don't keep saying that, but like seriously, this episode was well done.
More candles.
I laughed
more
you.
Than,
I laughed
50+
again.
candles
Yes.
now, so I'm sorry.
Yes.
But yeah, but they're sweet. Their last night together, and they're just in the church.
But then that goodbye. Oh my gosh.
And her face, the acting. Aaron.
Yes.
I mean.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
But her face, like and literally this exchange during the goodbye and their goodbye kiss, there were no words. It was just like them holding each other, them kissing each other.
And you know how hard she was crying at the end when he starts to I mean, I was crying that hard. I mean, I feel like I was crying harder. I was there. I couldn't, you guys, I couldn't breathe. I am not lying to you. I was like,
What is that one
was so
scene?
bad.
As I rewind just a second, but there's one scene where she walks to the lake and she sits there.
So
and starts,
beautiful.
And it was beautifully shot. I know we sound like a record, but it was beautifully shot.
that was when she said she needed
Yes.
to
Yes.
have her time. And
I would
oh
say she
my
was so
God.
beautiful.
It was
No words.
beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to say that because that was one of my favorite scenes in
Me
terms
too.
of like, because some of the best acting scenes are the ones that don't have words because you
Yes.
can't like, you're not given words to say I'm sad or I'm happy or I'm hurt. You know, it's just portraying that on your face and
Well, last couple
so
episodes,
beautiful.
I mentioned it. We talked about it. I felt like there were a couple times when this was going on where they would just fall on each other and hug. Like something would happen, and there was no word, and that's real life. Sometimes you don't talk all the time. Sometimes you just hug. Sometimes you just kiss. Sometimes you just whatever. There's no talking, and I just couldn't. I was crying when she screamed. I was so shocked by that at first too.
yeah.
And I was like, she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God. It took me a second. And then they said her voice broke. They turned around. And I was like, and he hopped off the horse and just grabbed her. I was like, now that's a cinematic moment.
It was perfection.
That's a moment that I didn't
It was
expect.
perfection. The whole I can't even
Marissa's
talk
even
anymore. Like, legit, I was a mess.
Yeah, I saw her afterwards.
Yes. Okay. So this episode aired at 6 o'clock our
Yes.
time, and it ended at 7. And James saw me at like 7:02.
Yep.
A mess, a legit mess, not even a hot one. I was just a mess.
I had to hug her.
Yeah. Oh, I lost it. I legit lost
Yeah.
it.
Yep. That was.
And I didn't know what happened yet, so I was like, I
And
didn't know
there
what
were-
happened.
There's just like no words, and you're talking about the moments where you don't need words is I feel like where the best acting comes in. And
I agree.
That's like just one of my favorite quotes ever. It's like silences make the real conversations between friends, but in this situation, loves of your life, but not the saying, but the never needing to say is what counts. By Margaret Lee Runbeck.
I like that.
So
Hashtag legit mess.
yes,
Yes.
I was a mess.
Yes. Just saying
we
yes.
all
Bawling
were.
my eyes out.
What if we would have all been together? That would
Oh
have
my
been.
God. Where the hell we hold each other?
No.
We would have had to videotape it.
Periscope it.
Thanks to Becca, our social media put
Oh,
it
yeah.
all over Snapchat.
Oh,
for me,
nice.
Yes,
so-
you did. Yes.
Yeah, I'm all over the internet, me crying. Yes, you're welcome, Hearties. I am a human being.
She is.
I had.
I'm a
ugly
Cancer
cry.
too, but we are very emotional
Yes,
people.
you are. Cancers are very emotional.
Yes, they are.
Very
Yes, they
emotional.
So are
are.
Libras, though. I'm a Libra. What are you?
I'm a Taurus. Not as emotional,
Not as
but
emotional.
I've been. That's what I said. I've been emotional recently.
Us
Jeez.
Cancers were like emotional to mess with
Yes.
us. Yeah, it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was heartbreaking.
The whole town came
And
together,
heart-wrenching.
and then they had their private moment. So that was.
Oh,
those
and Cody, when he was
Oh,
saluting
my
and his little
God.
chin quiver.
I cried on that one too.
The
His
salute,
acting has
the
really.
salute.
I mean, I feel
Yes.
like from when we first saw him, or not first. Well, you know what I mean. But like
Yeah.
saw a lot of his character in the last season. And then the growth this season in terms of acting, I thought it have been great.
Yes, yes, Rachel. It was an ugly cry night. I can
Oh,
say
yeah.
I was
Was
an
an
ugly
ugly
cry.
cry.
My cry was ugly. I'll tell you that. That was not pretty.
Ugly
Ugh.
cry. Well, and even more ugly crying, the end with the recital. We did get a nice performance between Bill and the kids.
I know, Jack
was
Wagner.
cute.
Little
I
light
love
of
that,
mine.
yes.
I
Another,
love Jack
I do
Wagner.
too.
yeah,
I do
he's great.
too.
Another moment to breathe
Yes.
a
yes.
little bit and kind of feel better, but then to break our hearts again with the beautiful. Oh my goodness, this
I
performance
know.
by Erin.
Well, I was one of the first. I was like, "Where is
Danny
she?" I was like,
Boy.
"Where is she?" Like, "Where is she?" And then when she walked in,
We had the music queued up on the desktop. Steve, go play it. Danny Boy.
Yeah.
And it was actually, Ben Rosenbaum said that this was sung live by Erin
Oh.
Wow.
while
Wow.
filming.
I mean, she is amazing. I mean,
Oh my
Oh.
god. Yes.
can you guys hear it? I mean, that's like legit musical theater right there.
Oh, she's trained. Oh.
Yeah.
The summer's gone.
Vibrato.
I know. I was like, she can sing.
She can sing. I just want to listen to this whole thing.
I know.
She got in 3 minutes.
It's actually a minute and a half.
I don't know, whatever, how long it is. Well, yeah.
It was gorgeous.
It was very well done, and she looked beautiful. Of
The
course,
voice,
always.
it was soft, it was ethereal, it was beautiful, it was majestic. Every adjective you can think of,
Yeah.
amazing.
Because Danny Boy has sung a lot of
ridiculous.
things, and there's different ways to sing it. And so the way they chose her to sing that song in this way conveyed to me the episode.
Yeah.
It matched the mood of the episode.
And the song just matched with the whole theme of Jack leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sending
I mean,
someone
how
off
does
to
she
war.
not cry while
yeah, I
singing
know.
it?
I'm like, well, yeah, I wonder how she kept that together
Yeah.
at the time.
That was literally the nail on the coffin.
Yeah,
With that, it's just waterworks like
yes.
nobody's business.
and the town's there, and they all had tears in their eyes, and
And the montage.
Yeah, then the
I
montage.
know.
I'm so glad they did
Another
that. I'm
montage.
so glad they did that. I love when they do that, and they showed us where they began and how their courtship,
cute.
and it was, and just how far the show's
Don't
come.
they look young?
Yeah.
When
They did.
like,
As I
first
said, it was
met?
like so funny. It was only a few years
young.
ago, but it seemed like it was a great way of showing us that the show started out one way, and it's really morphed. To me, it's my favorite season so far.
Yeah.
It's morphed into this
yeah.
really, really great season show.
So
The montage.
I
It's
know.
like, stop it
I know.
right now.
I know.
beyond. Like,
I know. I'm sitting around. I know. It's like it's just.
Before
It's,
I lose it.
Yeah,
again.
I know, it's
I'm
just
trying
like-
to keep my cool.
yeah, it's just
But-
it's so.
No.
And then he replays it again.
Yeah. It was ethereal. It was heartbreaking, and it literally wrapped up everything we just watched. But it was also beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
It was bittersweet,
yeah.
Which that's life.
which is
A lot of
like-
times, a lot of things aren't just one way or the other, right? There are bittersweet moments. There are moments that have several layers to them. It's not just one thing or the other. Sometimes it can be two independent things happening at the same time. That can happen.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about that, the way they shot that as well, is like you said, the reactions of the people in the town. But imagine feeling like, you know, you have good friends in your life or whatever, whoever's important in your life, and they're going through pain, how painful it is to
Yes.
watch it too.
Yes.
And I think that Abigail
Yeah.
showed that so beautifully. It's so hard to watch someone you love go through pain like this, and just you feel their pain in a different way.
I agree. I agree with that. It's hard to watch your friends go through something. It's tough if
Yeah.
you care about your family is going through something that affects you in some way, of course, but it's really affecting them directly. It's hard to watch that, and you feel the pain. And then these actors who are on the show, you could tell. You know, like so we went to HRFF2. We could tell that they get along in real life. Not all sets get along. Everybody gets along in sets, and this one, it feels like they all get along. So every scene feels authentic
Yeah.
because they are working like a community.
Yeah.
Because they are one off camera. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
they
guys
have
agree,
great
but that's the feeling I get.
chemistry.
Right. That's the feeling I get from them. And they all really genuinely like each other, like working together. So it comes across
Oh.
so well.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go, girl.
Yep.
Do it, girl.
Because
Go
I just
for
looked
it.
at my notes, and this might make me cry. This is gonna make me cry because I totally feel it coming. Before, when she walks in and she's like, I'm here, I've kept my promise, and she looks at him, and he goes, and he like said he couldn't. He goes, I'm scared, and I was like, me too.
I
But
know.
about other things.
Right.
But it was watching like that. It was just those like small little moments like that. I was just like, oh my god, it made my heart race just thinking
Yeah,
about
me too.
that.
Just
I'm
now,
like,
I'm
oh.
thinking about like the kids.
I am
It's
too,
good.
buddy.
Kids.
Like I felt like that's how she felt too. Like I'm scared too. I don't know what's
So we'll
gonna
do this
happen.
together. We'll do this together.
Yeah.
I'm scared too. Like we'll do
Do
this
it for
together.
Monty Jack.
Yeah.
I cried when she said that too. I was crying when she said that too. Yes. It was his favorite song.
Kids always
It
make
was
it
his
harder.
favorite
don't
Yeah,
song.
they do.
And like it just really wrapped up the whole episode when we saw that they foreshadowed it. This is his favorite song, and then they sung it at the end, and she sang it at the end. I was like, what are you doing to us? They
Yes.
love toying with our
They do. And people are already saying there's only 4 episodes left.
Oh, let's not count, shall we?
I'm like, guys, it's like so sad already.
I don't know where to go from there.
I don't either.
And we still have 4 episodes left.
I know.
and-
That's what I'm like. What's
Yeah, I'm really
this
curious.
This is like a final episode.
That's what
Yeah,
said
that
that here.
could've
So it
been.
said that was like a finale.
It could have been a finale. It
I
could have
haven't-
been a
Could've been.
mid-season finale, but
Right.
thankfully the show doesn't do.
Right, I know.
mid-season
I
hiatuses.
know.
Um, I really don't know what else to say. Other than
I just think
gorgeous.
overall, again, it was a very well-rounded episode. Like we said, it was an episode that gave us laughter, tears, you know.
It was everything.
It was like a little bit of comedy. We had people stand up to each other. You know, we had community come together. I think it's something that, again, is representative. We need in today's society to see people being a village, just being together and supporting each other, and people feeling the call for whatever it is you want to do. You feel that call.
Yeah.
It's a great metaphor for that, for everybody to watch.
It scratched every itch. You know, like made me happy, made me sad, made me everything angry, like everything.
The direction was beautiful. The writing was beautiful. The acting was beautiful. I mean, like everything. Very few shows do this where everything comes together. I'm like, sometimes it's good direction or good acting or good. This was an episode. I feel like it was pitch perfect.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anything they should have did. As you say in the hood sometimes. They should have did. I can't think of anything they should have done that. I mean, I think it was pitch perfect, wasn't it? I think so.
Yeah. And I think it's like surprising moments. And,
Yeah.
I mean, everything. Marissa can't even talk.
I just hear her talk. But I think, like I said,
over
it was everything. And I agree. I agree with it. To me,
everything.
It was good. Even the comedy part of Rosemary trying to do the whole "I'll be your wedding planner" and blah blah blah. It's like that's very her. It's like
she brought levity like
yes,
she usually does. Especially even bringing the pie at the beginning. I was like, man, if my teachers had pie teaching me math, I would have enjoyed math a lot more.
Same here. Goodness. I love pie. I love pie. I do. And that pie looked good. That pie looked good. Just cut into it. Me too. It looked good. Why didn't you make it, Maria? Come on, girl.
I know.
I'm more of a cake person.
I do like cake
better.
I like cake better.
Cake
I like pie better. But.
I like cake better. Angel food cake with like chocolate sour cream.
Oh my goodness!
If you make a yellow cake with chocolate frosting, I'm all yours.
Do you like angel food?
That's fine, but yellow cake.
Aaron, what's your favorite dessert?
Yeah, Aaron, tell us what
Maria
your
can
favorite
make
dessert
it when you come back.
I will make it.
Well, I'll eat whatever you make, of course. Man, that's I'm not gonna say no.
But everyone in the chat room is like, Emmy.
Yeah,
Yes.
honestly, I really hope so. If they don't get it, I am writing a very strong-worded letter.
Marissa, did you see the Asian in the episode? Yeah, he was there. But his arm wasn't broken. There's like several. His arm wasn't broken.
I don't know. It was like I missed it through my muddled tears.
Okay, I saw it.
And
I saw the black chick. She was walking across with somebody.
So
I saw her. But
there was black people at the funeral. There's a few more black people in town.
Yes,
I saw two Asians.
But the Asian, his arm wasn't broken. I was like, he's a regular Asian. His arm wasn't broken. And I was like, his arm wasn't broken. It was so funny. He walked
now
by.
give him a storyline.
Give him a storyline.
That would be amazing.
That's funny you brought that up. They're like, did you see it, Marissa? It's so funny.
At least Emmy nomination, yeah.
I did not see it through my muddled tears.
Yes.
I'll just say that. Anything else about this episode? Other than tears and tears and more tears.
It's again, I'm curious to see where they go from here because this was a
me too.
episode. It's
like I can't wait for predictions because I seriously went to write my prediction and I was like, Carson. That was my prediction. I got nothing.
Yes.
My life is lost now.
Yes, lots more diversity. I agree, S. Matthews.
Yes.
I agree. We're slowly getting there.
We're getting there.
It's a progressive town.
Yes. I think it is a progressive town.
Yeah, and the fact that like the woman just dominated in this episode. Yes, woman.
They did. They won the world.
So many fifths. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
All right, so let's get to a little bit of news then, shall we?
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so our girl Lori Loughlin was on Home and Family once again.
She was.
And she also appeared with Barbara Nevin. Shoot, and I missed it.
I know you're a buddy.
Like, had I known, I would have totally left work to go see that. Sorry, I had to actually run these studios.
Yes, she does.
So.
It's an important job here, you guys.
Yeah, I kind of do a little bit here.
Yeah.
But Laura was back on, and she had a lot to talk about. She was promoting her new garage sale mystery movie, and the fact that they're filming 4 more, right now. Like, she just finished 9. They're filming 4 more. And then the month of August of 2017, putting a timestamp on that, August of this year, that every weekend in August, they're going to air a new garage sale mystery movie. It's going to be Garage Sale Mystery Month.
Marissa, we're not going to see Marissa.
Yeah, she'll be busy.
Nope.
Nope. Well,
you know where I will be.
They really pump these out. They have it's a well-oiled it is. It's a well-oiled machine. They got it.
Yeah. And we saw the lovely Hearties there on screen. If you guys were
yes,
watching.
we did. We see you guys.
I saw you guys.
We always have to see you guys.
And yeah, so what's Lori's guilty pleasure? The vanilla cookies.
Yes.
The vanilla wafer cookies that she loves eating so much.
Yes.
On set in Canada. Apparently they're only available in Canada.
That's not. I want some.
Me too. I'm like, that sounds good.
Yeah, and then she also had a sweet moment when she was talking about her friendship with Aaron. And home
They're so
family.
cute.
Yeah.
They are cute.
Like
they're
the fact
cute.
that they really do enjoy each other's presence when they're not filming. They're always hanging out with each other, like on set in the trailer, and that they're actually really just good friends in life.
Yeah.
And it translates to screen. Obviously, we
yeah,
see
totally,
it.
Totally.
totally.
We
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. We don't get along off screen, but
No. we
No.
hate
we're all
each
good
other.
actors.
We are hopes. No, we actually really
We do. Yeah, we're just kidding, you guys.
Yeah, we would not be able to fake that.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. I can't fake anything. Sorry. It's all over my face.
Like
I'm sure.
talking to you guys brings me such joy, and talking to all the Hardys. I mean,
Yes.
know.
Yes.
brings me joy.
Completely.
And then our girl Erin will be back on Home and Family,
Yes.
April 20th, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was trying to think because
So,
I'm going.
mark your calendars.
Yeah,
'Cause when
I'm
are you gonna be
filming
there?
this third. I'm like, what is the date? I'm filming. Let me look at my calendar. This Thursday, I'm filming the 30th. It'll air the 31st.
There you go.
Okay.
Great.
Do you want to see her?
And
So-
then our girl Maria will be
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Home
You want
and
to see her?
Family.
She'll be there.
Go check her out.
Go ahead and check her out.
Yeah, so I believe she's filming April 20th. It will air April 21st,
21st.
that Friday.
Let's see if I
Which
can
will
weasel
be-
my way in.
It will be the weekend right before it airs. The finale airs.
That's right. The finale's
Yes.
that. Yes.
So,
Ugh.
Hardys, you might see some familiar faces there.
I know you might.
Just saying.
You don't know. You might.
Saying.
Mhm.
Well, I already worked it out of my schedule to go. So.
Well, I gotta look.
Just saying.
I gotta look to you then. Okay.
Yes, so, a little bit of news.
Well, also-
and the show was trending
The
once
show
again.
is training once again.
Amazing.
Josie Bassett's coming on next week.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If you're a Melrose Place fan, it's a reunion of her and Jack Wagner on the show, and apparently I think she's dealing with Jack Wagner. I think actually,
I'm
as a
so
character.
curious
I'm really
about
curious.
this.
I love Josie. I'm glad she's working. I'm glad she's going to be on the show.
Well, did you watch the Wedding March movie?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that one. Was it good?
Of course you did it.
I didn't see it.
Go watch it.
Not everybody
Those
sees
two-
every
I know.
Hallmark
I know.
movie,
mean,
Marissa.
come on.
You and my
guys.
mother. You and my mother watch all of them. You watch all those movies.
My mom
Well,
does too.
all right.
Yeah.
Now I'm recommending you the Wedding March, Jack Wagner, Josie
Yeah,
Bassett.
okay, I'll watch it.
Amazing.
Watch
I'm
it. And
really
they're filming
excited.
the sequel to it.
I'm excited
so.
for
Okay.
her to be on When Calls the Heart.
Me too. I'm really
Yes.
curious. I was curious what
I
she
wonder what her
does.
character will be. 'cause
That's
I
what I'm
don't
wondering.
really don't
Well, she
know.
seemed kind of feisty in the
Yes.
preview, so they're
Sort
strong
of like,
women.
like what Brooke Shields was almost like. The,
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
like.
Modern, well, for them,
Yeah.
modern woman, I guess, kind of frontier
Yeah.
woman. So.
Okay, I think this leads us into
Yes.
prediction.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
And now,
guys.
your AfterBuzz
Buzz TV predictions.
I don't want to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay. James.
I'll go first. Okay, I believe we're not going to see Jack for the next couple episodes, at least. I have a feeling.
At least one episode he's going to be gone.
Well, at least, but I was doing my predictions. I'm going to say 2. I could be wrong. I'm going to say 2. So I think they want to show the town surviving without him and what that's going to be. Elizabeth dealing without him is going to be really hard. You saw in one preview she's looking for mail and nothing's from Constable. So I think a couple episodes he won't be on, and I'm not going to spoil your predictions. I have a feeling it's the
No,
same
it's
one I
okay.
have.
You can say it.
I think Carson is going to be maybe a little temptation of some sorts.
Oh, temptation for who?
This is why neither one of us is saying anything.
I'm just say one of the ladies.
Oh.
That one of the leading ladies. I have a feeling someone's gonna go there because the lady showed the previews next week. The ladies were like, he's so handsome. They're all kind of like looking at him.
And they are right.
But yes, they are.
He
Paul
is.
Green is mom.
He was fun.
Yes, he was fun. But
Rub it in.
he had his arm on me the whole time. But
Yeah,
no, but
he did.
I think I have a feeling that they're gonna step up his character. That's one easy prediction. They're gonna step up his character a little more. And I think, and my other prediction will be that Elizabeth's gonna be really heavily involved still with, oh my God, the one is the kid.
Why? Oh, Philip.
Philip
Shane.
Cantrell's. Yes.
Shane.
Shane, thank you. I'm also saying Niall. I want to say his real name, like not Niall.
Yeah.
And I think she'll be more involved with them too, just getting them more settled and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just a blubbering mess, and it was so. I remember I literally you can see my notes. Predictions. It just says Carson. That's the only.
Yeah, you're
thing.
so surrounded, I see it.
Because I was so I just was so distraught. But I think in terms of I think Carson's gonna step up in a way where sort of Jack was the one if something went wrong in town, he was in charge of it. And I wonder if Carson is gonna have sort of saving type moment, like he saved that girl from the buggy, or I wonder if he's gonna do something that he sort of saves something and people in town start knowing who he is, and he kind of creates a sort of name for himself, where like he's going to be this kind of almost new, well-respected guy in town.
Because Bill will now be the deputized kind of person. He's doing that right now. So it's all these men on the show. It's like you got to do. You got to do something.
Yeah.
With them.
So I'm just interested in like where exactly his character's going, and I wonder if that is going to be.
Yeah, man.
I shouldn't give my prediction.
She's always right on. That's why.
I know. That's exactly the reason. I think we're not going to see Jack in the next episode.
Yeah.
Because just reading the books, that the show's based off of, every time Wynn Delaney always left, it was for weeks, if not months on end. So I think they're going to give us a little taste of that in this show, that just being gone for 1, maybe 2 episodes.
Did I say 2 almost?
We're going to long for him, absence makes
because he'll be back for the last couple episodes for sure.
Yeah,
well, I wonder, but if they'll sorry guys, if they'll show him but not in town.
No, okay.
Not in this next episode, but maybe the next episode.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
I think they will do 1 full episode maybe without him. But I think maybe showing what it's like.
But that's usually how it happens when one character leaves in any show. Like usually that opens the door for another character to like have a moment.
Yeah. Right.
And I think because Jack is going to be gone next episode, we're going to get a lot of backstory on Carson.
That'll be good. Okay.
That's why he's like maybe the focal point in this episode.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a lot of Bill as well in his investigation. But yeah, it's usually when one character leaves, you always see more of someone else.
So what do we not want to hear?
Well, I said this in my last week's prediction, that because now Jack is gone off to fight the good fight, the end, literally the end episode, finale, cliffhanger, he's in a near-death situation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that will call for season 5.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Done.
There has to be a season 5. There has to
be.
be. The show's doing well. It has to be season 5.
Yeah. I mean, it's trending
It
every
is.
week. It's getting better numbers than other networks.
Yeah, it has to be season 5.
It's like, and I work in television, you guys.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
patterns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I see that as a justifiable prediction.
But
Yeah, me too.
Josie Bassett's character, I think she might be tied to the whole accountant situation that we're trying to find out about.
That would
Gowan,
be nice.
Who wrote off this accountant? Because I mean, all we're getting is a name. Maybe we're getting a face now, and it could be a big twist if it ended up being a woman. How great would that be?
Yeah, why not?
That is interesting.
Why not? I'm
Because
fine with that.
we know that Jack is. I mean, sorry, not Jack. I was thinking Jack Wagner.
Right.
Bill is under this. He's investigating all of this, and the fact that he finds Josie Bassett out of everyone who we've never seen in this show, it would make sense if she was tied to Gowan's whole cover-up.
Okay,
I'm in.
so Trish.
I'm in.
Trisha says, but they did that last season with Jack. Seems redundant. Someone else is going to be at risk, and Carson will save the day. So she thinks that's her.
Carson's not at the war though. Carson's not fighting in the Northern Territory.
I know. So, but that's but it will be interesting to see. That's a good point, though, is that did happen in the end of the last season. So would they choose to do that again?
They might.
Jeanette says Josie is the missing accountant. The name matches from the previous.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay, well, there you go.
I avoid all spoilers,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I hope that's true. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else before we unfortunately have to go?
Yeah. I'm like, no.
Oh my God, this episode.
Yeah.
It's all the emotions. I hope you Hearties are feeling better.
Yes.
Give each other a hug. We're gonna all give each other hugs.
Yes. Yes.
And we're
giving you a virtual hug.
You need
virtual
virtual
hugs to all the Hearties.
All the Hearties.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. In the meantime, where can everyone keep following you?
You guys, thank you to the over 200 people who watched us today.
Yes, amazing.
I hope the therapy works.
Yes.
It works for me. I feel better. I feel a little better. You can follow me at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms all over the universe. My blog, ListReorganizedUniverse.com. And my radio show, I actually talked to a guy who's called America's Toughest Principal. He is fighting for your kids. He is fighting for your school and education. We had a great discussion on my radio show this morning. That is the SOS show at Spreaker.com, JLJ Media.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. Hearties, also a thank you from me as well. Yeah. I've gotten so many amazing messages from you guys, just like well wishes and concerns. And I mean, honestly, I look forward to the tweets that you guys send. It's just amazing. It really is amazing and incredible. So thank you guys for that. And you can follow me at Maria Provenzano, and all my information will be there.
Yes, thank you, Hearties, for always tuning in and always showing love throughout the whole entire week and giving us comfort. And this show is comfort food as well.
It is
you can
comfort
follow
food.
me on Twitter at Serafini TV. Thank you, everyone, for giving us love. Pray for my mom. She's in surgery right now.
Oh,
So-
Marissa. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
so
To mom.
we're all going through stuff.
Yeah, mom.
So thank you, everyone. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all those fun social media platforms at AfterBuzz TV. Keep rating, keep commenting, keep subscribing. We have a special guest next week
Yes, we do.
who will announce later.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone, and we will see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, Hearties.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.